What's on you talking about another banger? And today, man, we're gonna be reacting to Diddy getting arrested for 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Like, come on, man, you tripping out shit. Let's go and get to the video, yo. It's that muscle right there.
But before we get into it, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of Applewood smoked bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, and butter toffee peanuts.
After a slew of lawsuits and victims coming forward, finally, Sean P. Diddy Combs is indicted on trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping.
I ain't nobody kidnapping. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't nobody kidnapping
women by making them feel that they would be involved in a romantic relationship with him, and then use threats which caused the victims to engage in acts with, let's just call them men of the night. The indictment also mentions those parties that Cassie brought up, calling them elaborate and produced performances that Diddy arranged, directed, and often electronically recorded. And after said parties, Diddy and the victims typically received IVs to recover from the physical exertion and the use of illegal substances.
Weird.
The indictment also references what was seized in the Beverly Hills crib when Homeland Security ran through there. And what was found was various supplies for those Diddy parties. They also seized firearms, including 3 AR-15s with scratched off serial numbers. Okay, don't you're just a straight up criminal in every sense of the word. Which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. The court docs also include allegations of violence against women. And you can watch the Cassie video to see exactly what's in there. Prosecutors say in late 2023, following the public allegations, Diddy and his associates pressured victims and witnesses, including through attempted bribery, to stay silent. If convicted, Diddy is facing decades in prison. It's officially the end of an era. He's a bad boy in real life. Man, get this guy off the streets.
What? What? I don't really want to talk about nothing else but the baby oil. That's all.
Facts.
That's all I really want to talk about. Because we know what kind of man Diddy is by this point. Now, you can talk about philanthropy and family man and black community all day long.
I swear.
Okay, but the footage of him kicking Cassie down the hallway like a soccer ball is still playing in my mind. So you can say what you want to say, okay? But that visual will never leave my brain. And so, because of that, I believe the reports about these freak-offs. And
I believe them too. About $1,000. I mean, $1,000.
Do y'all know? Let me just paint a picture for y'all. They said they recovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil and a lot of lubricant. Now, we got a lot of lubricant. We don't know how much a lot is. We got a number for the baby oil. I pulled up an image for you, and I want you to just imagine this case of baby oil. Now, this one has 12 bottles. Some of them have 24. Let's just assume that a small case of baby oil is about 12 bottles. Do you realize that is 83.3? Over 80 boxes of baby oil you just got stored somewhere in your house. Where do you keep it, Diddy? In the basement?
Gotta be.
With the wine and down.
You gotta have it in the basement or something, because he tripping. Ain't no way.
And on the right,
I ain't no way you got that many baby
oil. Like, how do you explain that to people who come to your house to work? You know, what happens if a light bulb go out down there? There's a flood. How do you explain Johnson & Johnson 80 some odd cases of baby oil and lubricant? Everybody who come to that house have to sign an NDA, I would imagine. Everybody who comes.
I told you about them. Yeah, that's them NDA for sure.
Work on the house. You got to. Baby, 80 cases, even if it's the bigger cases. Let's say there's 24. That's still 40 some odd cases of baby oil in your house. And who runs to get the baby oil? Who is the
He got an assistant. They gonna get the baby oil for him.
Not the wine.
Bring the baby oil. Come on, bring the baby oil.
Bring me about. How many bottles do you go through? They say some of these freak-offs last about 2-3 days, several days. How many do you go through? About 3, 4, 5 bottles? What you say? Who's
10 a day?
Going down there and getting stuff?
His assistant.
Just nasty AF. And the fact that you are just happily strolling down the streets of New York with your son and
word is
taking pictures with fans and kissing them on the cheek with your nasty mouth. And fans is pulling you over to take a picture with your ass anyway. Ugh. It's just It's disgusting. I can only pray, especially after last week's release of, Uncle Shannon Sharp's escapade on, Instagram Live. I don't want to see or hear no more footage from P. Diddy's endeavors. And the coercion is what gets me.
That was crazy.
Using substances to make, your victims more compliant. It's all just very disgusting. How do you advertise for these workers who crossing state lines to come over and participate? Is there a flyer?
He text them
DMs to say, hey, the 25th annual freak off is going down this weekend. Do you want to participate? I'm gonna send a van over there. Meet me at the state line. Well, how does that happen? They building the case on you, Diddy. You're a little too footloose and fancy free for my liking. You're acting like they ain't, They said they been gathering testimony over the last few months. Like, they still working on this. The case ain't gonna just disappear because you ain't in jail where you are now. And how is that going? Yeah. I'm sure there are men in jail who have put their hands on women. Diddy takes it to a whole nother level, as we have seen. And I'm just wondering, is he under protective custody? Do they have him, in the safe side of the jail? This ain't gonna be too good for Diddy. And you see they don't want him out on bail. You need to lawyer up. I know you already have, but you might need about a dozen more.
Cause they getting him.
Paralegals. That's what you need.
That man disgusts me for real.
For this
I don't dare say nothing no Diddy on the street if I seen him.
You gonna put that extra baby oil on eBay for the low? Asking for a friend, because it don't go bad. Y'all know it don't expire. Anybody sees it, they gonna be like,
it don't?
Diddy, baby oil. They gonna be selling that baby oil for $50 a bottle. Watch what I tell you. Anyway, this is a hot, stinking mess. I can't wait to hear what y'all think about this.
I think it's disgusting. That's what I think.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.